Well, it wasn't really even thought of. We did leatherwork for about 12 years. Had two people contact us at the same time, and they wanted us to do mounts for them. Luckily, at the time, I was talking to my boss about it, and he started showing me some pictures of a guy that he followed on Instagram down in the States, and sort of sparked some interest. I contacted him, and he got back to me answering my questions probably 6 weeks after I'd already finished my first two mounts. So that's sort of where it started off, and that's how we got going.
It was built in 1925 as a private store, and the community, about 6 members, bought it from the guy that owned it in 1942. So it's been locally owned by the community since 1942.
One of the projects I enjoyed a lot was building, adding on to the library here in Youngstown. Doing something in my own community that people benefit from. A lot of young guys worked on the project. Young guys working for me. A young electrician did just about all the work. He was like 21. And young guy working for Wecker, 22 or 23, did all the plumbing. And it was fun having all those young guys doing something that benefited our community.
I think seeing projects finished and accomplished and knowing customers are happy with the results is very satisfying.
It's really been a fantastic job. I feel very fortunate that I can work and have my own job, have my own hours, and be there for my kids and be there for my mom and dad as well.
It's tough on the family. It has been on my relationships and kids. You spend a lot of time at work, and you'd have a tendency to drag them all along and give them jobs. So it's good for them. They learned a good work ethic, but it isn't the easiest.
I think just the flexibility of having my own business and my own hours, and sometimes maybe that's not as easy as it sounds, but I definitely like working for myself.
For me, the biggest challenge was learning how to be an owner and how to manage the business itself. Aside from that, like I didn't go to school for bookkeeping. I didn't have any post-secondary education, so coming into the ownership side of it was a little bit daunting to begin with, but I've had a really good support system and lots of help from the previous owner, and yeah.
Vision, a work ethic. You got to have some heart and soul into what you want to do, and I would just say if you have to have some funding behind you, so be very frugal with your funds, but have a game plan. Talk to people who've done it before. There's a lot of help out there, and don't follow somebody else's mistakes. You're going to make your own mistakes, so try to step around the holes and go for it.
I suppose just being self-employed. I have to answer to everybody, but not really anybody, if you know what I mean. So I guess that would be about it.
Well, I guess I always wanted to be a hairdresser, and when I finished high school, I proceeded to take my training, and it was just a natural fit to come home. I was engaged to be married, so this was where my business was going to be.